What's going on, everybody? I haven't made a video in days, so I wanted to touch base and give an update. Wanted to talk about on Friday I made 440. See, on Monday I made 452, and on Tuesday I had a red day for $63, and I actually wanted to talk a bit about that because I recently had a bit of trading burnout, I would say. The story about this day is I started day in the green. I had a pretty good day, nailed a couple trades. I was up $800. So from going from $800 to ending the day minus 63. And I think the big reason why that happened is because recently I've been feeling a bit kind of like I'm not growing enough as a trader. I want bigger wins. And so what happened is I got stuck in a bad mentality. Or that 800, I was numb to it. I didn't feel good about it. I didn't even care. In fact, I didn't appreciate it. I wasn't grateful for it. It's just $800, and I just felt like, okay, when am I gonna nail some bigger winners? When am I gonna have these multi-thousand-dollar days? When am I gonna grow as a trader? I got very impatient, and when you're stuck in a negative mindset and you're not grateful for the small wins, and you get impatient, well, guess what? I lost it all back because I did not care. I deserved to lose that money back because I wasn't acting appropriate, just not an appropriate mindset. You got to be grateful for the small wins. Now I was up 800. That was great. I should have been appreciative of that money instead of taking it for granted and wanting more and feeling numb. And so I ended up over trading crappy slow setups all throughout the day yesterday on setups that I don't even like. I was chasing things just because I wanted to make some money. And this is a toxic mentality that only hits me maybe once a month. I mean, it's not very often that something like this comes over me, but it is a real emotion, a real feeling that you'll have as a trader from time to time. And it's okay if it happens, because it will happen. You just have to learn how to move on fast. You need to crush that mindset. So at the end of the day, I felt like crap. I was down 60. I said, you know what? I deserve that because I wasn't appreciative. I wasn't grateful. And so right away, I called myself out. I took responsibility for the mentality and the way I acted. And I said, okay, it's fine. Come back tomorrow. Get back to the basics. What are the basics? Be patient, wait for your setups, be appreciative, be grateful for the small wins. Okay, so we come back today. I'm fresh. I restart my mindset. I made $1,000, $1,009. So I wasn't going for home runs. I wasn't pushing myself to make a bunch of money. I started slow. The whole day was very slow for me, but you know what? I was very thankful for the small wins. They kept adding up, and here I am, ending the day up $1,000. So the lesson here is, look, if you get into a negative mindset, it's okay, but try to move on from it fast. The faster you can crush the negativity, the faster that you can just move on, recompose yourself, and do good and build. Once again, you will start building wealth. And when you build your wealth and you're appreciative and you're grateful, then things will just naturally grow. Okay? Just don't force it. I was forcing it yesterday. Okay? Not gonna force it anymore. Back in a good mentality. Back on my grind. So let's talk about two of my best trades today. I want to go over REED, and I believe the ticker was ENT. Yes, ENT. Alright, so let's go over REED. So this was on my watch list because it had this pre-market pop. Now, if you look at Reed, it's not exactly a former runner. I mean, in the past, it's had some really nice multi-week runs, but it's not really a one-day runner type of ticker. So I wasn't expecting a whole lot out of this. It actually caught me off guard when it started ripping in the morning as hard as it did. And so it caught me off guard. I missed it. It did have some decent development, though. First, I was watching this. Okay, so I will say that I did take an entry around this area, and I ended up cutting it for a small loss. I believe I lost 50 bucks on that. I watched it kind of bottom on this support, so I kind of turned that triangle into something a little bit different. I kind of adjusted it to look something like this. So I was thinking of it more of like a channel rather than a triangle at this point. So I was saying, okay, it's hit off of this key 115 top of the channel. It's hit off that a couple times, and then it held the support, bounced back up. I decided, okay, third time might be the charm, right? So I jump in 3,000 shares at 115, end up getting the breakout. I patiently wait for 5 minutes, get the flag up. Something to note, I could have added on this flag, however, I was playing it safe. That's okay. I did not add. It did surge up, and I sold into strength. I had a sitting limit at 125. I got filled for $300. So that was a nice trade on Reed. I'll take a look at ENT. Now, ENT is a former runner. You can see in this area, it bottomed out, bottom bounced from 150 to 1050. That's incredible. Wow. So, I mean, it's capable of making some moves. It has really washed out, and you can see that it held this 210 support area. Now, the reason why I was watching it, I believe this pre-market print showed up on my stocks to trade, even though it wasn't for any size. I think it either hit a scan, or maybe I was watching it because I had this perk yesterday. You know, to be honest, I can't exactly remember why, but it was on my watch list, and I noticed it was on the percent gain, and it was choppy, a bit intimidating, so I didn't really get involved until the end of the day. And I was a little upset with myself because there were so many opportunities to get involved in this, especially after this volume surge comes in and it holds for 5 minutes. Great spot for a 250 entry. This is just a great spot. I missed this. Consolidates for a bit. I missed the 270 entry. I mean, I guess it's kind of pushing it, buying it in the 290s. That seems like I don't really love this entry, but I mean, I guess it's an option. And even when it holds this support in the afternoon, 290s and maybe a $3 entry here would be appropriate. So I don't love my entry, and that's that's why I said I chased the entry, and that's why I locked in a quick $300 profit on this, because I did feel my entry was too late. So you can see it's kind of like an ascending triangle pattern. Not the cleanest triangle, right? But definitely playable, especially when it kind of scoops and rips to the high, test the high. We get a breakout. I bought 1,000 shares at 342, and then I sold it at 374 into strength. And it ended up testing 4. So I left some money on the table, but sometimes when you get such a late entry, locking in fast profits is sometimes optimal in some cases. I felt like this was one of those times. And, again, going back to the lesson from the beginning of the video, I was just grateful for the small wins. Made $1,000. That's great. Okay, I'm very happy today. Feel good. Thankful for the wins. And want to just keep building. Keep getting better. But not put maybe too much pressure on myself to immediately get better and immediately nail huge winners. It's okay. I know this takes time. And I have time. Now I have a lot of time. So let's just get back to the basics, be patient, and the small wins will add up. It's what you need to survive in this game for the long run. So thought this was an important lesson to kind of go over yesterday's misstep, but also show how I quickly recovered, quickly gathered myself, and I've already moved on. Okay, so move on fast, stay composed. Alright, thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.